I had realized how much my friend's words influenced my perspective, but now I see you differently, not as the person they warned me about, but as someone who showed me sides of life I was too blind to understand. I believed everything they said, but it turns out their perceptions were clouded by their own fears. Now, I stand with my own truth, knowing that my feelings for you were never wrong. What my friends saw as a flaw in you, I now see as a strength. They failed to look beyond their own judgments, while I was lucky enough to experience the real you. I was hesitant, questioning what others thought of you, but now I know the truth. You're not what they said you were. You're a lesson in trust, and sometimes the heart knows better than the crowd. It's funny how others' opinions can shape our beliefs, but I've learned that my feelings were my own to hold. You've proven that the story I heard isn't the story of who you truly are. For so long, I carried the weight of others' judgment, unsure of you, but now I see that their words were just noise, and the real truth lies in the quiet moments we've shared. It's easy to let others dictate how we see someone, but my own heart has shown me a different story, one of depth, connection, and understanding that my friends could never understand. I used to let my friends' views cloud my judgment, but now I realize they were wrong about you. You've opened my eyes to a whole new world, and for that, I'm grateful. The truth is, I didn't trust you because of what I was told, but now I see that their version of the story was limited. Your kindness and your spirit speak louder than any rumor ever could. I let their opinions sway me, but now I know that you were never the person they made you out to be. I've seen you in ways that no one else could, and I won't let their judgments define what we share. Sometimes it takes going through the motions of doubt to truly appreciate who someone is. And now I see clearly that everything I was told about you was a reflection of their own insecurities, not the truth. I walked into this situation with preconceived notions based on what others said, but the reality is far more beautiful than I could have ever imagined. They told me to be cautious, but now I see that their warnings were just echoes of their own fears. You've shown me that there's always more to someone than what meets the eye. At first, I believed what they told me about you, but my own experiences with you have proven them wrong. You've proven that the truth is much deeper than what others assume. The more I learn about you, the more I realize how wrong my friends were. Their perceptions were clouded by their own biases, and I'm thankful I was able to see you for who you truly are. What my friends failed to understand was that you weren't a danger to me, but a revelation. The journey of discovering who you really are has been one of the most eye-opening experiences of my life. In the end, I realize that the judgments of others only hold power when we allow them to. You've shown me that the real truth can only be discovered by truly connecting with someone. I thought I knew who you were based on what I was told, but now I know better. Sometimes the truth isn't in the words we hear, but in the feelings we experience for ourselves. My friends tried to warn me, but I see now that they didn't know you the way I do. Their words weren't your story, they were just their own fears speaking. They thought they knew what was best for me, but it turns out I had to experience things for myself to understand who you really are. I had doubts based on what others said, but now I've seen enough to realize that the truth is always much more complex than what we're told. I was told to stay away, to be cautious, but now I see that what they feared was merely their own reflection, not a reflection of you. What they said about you was just a projection of their own experiences and limitations. Now, I can see clearly that you are nothing like what they described. My mind was clouded with what I thought I knew, but the more I've gotten to know you, the clearer it becomes that their perspective was based on misunderstandings and assumptions. It took a while to realize that the voices around me were speaking from a place of fear, not from a place of understanding you as I now do. I used to think my friends were looking out for me, but now I know that sometimes what they perceive is colored by their own fears. You've proven that they didn't know you like I do. What I believed to be true was only a fraction of who you really are. Now, my understanding of you is shaped by my own experiences, not the judgments of either. The more time I spend with you, the more I realize that the person my friends warned me about doesn't exist. Instead, you've shown me a side of you that's full of kindness and complexity.